Let's cut to the chase. We're making some chocolate mousse pie today. Let's get started. First, our Oreo crust. So you know what that means. Garcia! 2 cups of Oreo crust. 3 tablespoons of unsalted melted butter. Mix it up. Put the crust into a pan. Now we're gonna put it in the oven at 350 for about 10 minutes. Now we're gonna move on to the ganache. So first we're gonna add a half a cup of heavy whipping cream into a pan and let it simmer. Now we're gonna put the simmering heavy cream into a bowl. Now we're gonna add 7 tablespoons of chocolate chips. Now we're gonna let it rest for about 5 minutes. Now that the 5 minutes are up, we're now gonna mix the chocolate chips and the heavy whipping cream. Now we're gonna pour the ganache into the Oreo crust. Now we're gonna put the crust and the ganache in the fridge and let it set for about 1 hour. Now let's start with the chocolate mousse. All right, in the first pan, we're gonna add a cup of heavy whipping cream. We're gonna let it heat up until it starts simmering. In our second saucepan, we're adding 5 egg yolks. Whisk the eggs up. Now we're gonna add a half a cup of sugar and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Keep mixing until it's fully set. Now we're gonna add the hot, heavy whipping cream. Over medium heat, we're gonna constantly mix this up until it thickens. Now, if you're wondering what it's gonna look like, it's gonna look like this. Yeah, just like applesauce. Now we're gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla. Now we're gonna pour it into a large bowl. Now we're gonna melt 10 ounces of chocolate. The best way, in my opinion, to melt some chocolate is to put it into a bowl and let it rest under some boiling water. Now we're gonna add the chocolate into the custard. Mix it up. We are so close to finishing up, but first we gotta whisk in 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream. All right, when peaks start to form, that's when we stop. All right, first we're gonna add 1/3 of that whipped cream into the custard. Now we're gonna add the chocolate custard into the remaining heavy whipping cream. Mix it up. Now we're gonna add the custard into the crust. Now we're gonna let it freeze for about 6 hours. Now we're gonna make some whipped cream just because. 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Now we're gonna stop because peaks are forming. Now we gotta mix it up. Ooh, look at that, it came out beautifully. But now it's time to add the whipped cream and we'll be done. There you have it, chocolate mousse pie.